think that's working. Yeah, it is working. Okay, so we're receiving. We're not doing a high drop rate either. We're doing some good frame rates here. So let's hope this continues. Sometimes we just don't know. Greetings! It's Lord Volkhark here. Been a while. And we were having some busy days where we needed to accomplish some things. Sorry for me talking in the background. That was actually me talking in the background. Oh, dang it. There we go. So that's excellent. Yeah, we got some excellent quality going through today for the stream. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I decided to join the creativity side to, give everybody a little bit of a chance to show off my creative side of everything. And what have I done under creativity? Well, finally got my desk. I've been intending to get a desk for a while to actually put my system on, so it's off the ground. That's a good thing I did that because we actually had an issue with some ants that decided to walk behind it, and I don't know where else they were going, because if we're not going in the system, haven't had any come out of it, and I actually did cleaning in case that happened. So that was in my PC. That was not cool. Not cool. I also wanted to give it a chance to get some more air, which means it, more open to the actual space, open space, more filter in air. So that went on. There is not much to say other than that, besides what actually I'm going to show you guys. Did meet a wonderful gentleman, and we'll talk a little bit more about him maybe today, or hopefully. I'm going to try to actually do less time on a video so I can actually, do a little bit better job of it. Okay, so what we're going to do now, if I've set this up right where on my keyboard, I can select F1. Hey! Whoop. The fuck is this? What? I was on YouTube under my channel, and apparently this is what the response was. Let's go back to my channel. I like to use my open base as my channel, but Chrome is eventually going to kick off. Flash, as I understand it, it's still going down. So that's going down. I get a few people watching my channel lately, and I enjoy it. You guys have impressed the shit out of me. I'm up to 17 followers. 2 people I honestly do not know. So I deeply appreciate anybody watching. So, that's going down. Let's do an announcement into Votable. That's one thing I should have done before this. I apologize. I'm going to do this live. So I've joined Votable, and what I do with that, let's see if it'll come up. It's slow as hell right now, and the reason is links. Let's go to the links. With on Twitch. Let's see how we're gonna word this. Oh, no, that's wrong. Let's see. We would have to actually go to the stream, would we not? So I actually have to go to my channel. So let's pull it up that way. Channel lordvolkhark. We copy this. And let's go ahead and go back. Why? Because that's the way I want to go down. Hide the video again. Hide the video again. We're going Votable, and do just a freaking public announcement. Why? Because it goes like that. So let's paste, and let's find a photo. Let's see if we can't get a photo from one of my photo. That way we can give a chance. This will be a synonymous one. I really like that one. Let's go ahead and use that one. Okay. And yeah. Oh. Let's see, what are we going to list this as? Vlogs. Let's go ahead and list that as vlogs, and we're going to post. And that's votable. That's that easy. Reddit was kind of the same way. We were having some issues with Reddit going down, mostly because Reddit does have, small little screw-ups, guys, so apologize on that. By the way, this is my YouTube channel, so you come along looking here as well. Get a chance to know me through this as well. I will do my best to keep it really, really active. I need to do better activity, but I've had a lot on my plate alongside of work and then self-work. Like right over there is, I don't think that's in the shot, but there's a Xbox 360 Slim Edition that needs to be fixed. That's one thing I'm doing. And I met a great gentleman from up at my retail hell work, but that's not what we're talking about for creative side. That's not what we're going to talk about for creative side. We are going to start off with the desk, because the desk, it impressed the hell out of me when I was looking at it. And, screw it, let's try it. So as you can first of all see, is I bought a glass desk, and it is, L-shaped. It fits in my little bit of a corner spacing, so now I'm not facing into my room. You can see the back of my wall, and Bob over there over my shoulder. That's Bob. That's my co-host, Bob, the co-host. And co-host Bob says, tell them that yes, it is glass. Does not have a weight definition. If it did have a weight definition, I'd have felt like better. Reinforced plastic foot, keep it scuff free. That's certainly a bit issue. Equipped with CPU scan and desk glass, sturdy frame, and an L shape. And yeah, it is glass. Does not have a definition of weight, and that should be important for involving a PC gamer, especially in a PC gamer who has a massive damn PC. And that is my fault completely. And in the PC case, just to give you a point of my PC case, is the Obsidian Corsair Obsidian 900D Super Tower computer case. And it automatically, let's find its weight. I want to say about 45 pounds. 45 pounds. Come on. Wait. Oh, and it's not lying about that air drawing in the front. Pretty much works well, but I ended up taking the metal filters that were on the side, and even in this picture right here, the grill is closed, and I took these metal filters off the side. Why? Because better air. Captain Obvious, better air. Alright, so it started out at 53 point for its actual shipping weight. What actual weight I believe it was at 45 when I measured it. Well, sorry, weighed it. So that was 45 pounds before I added in my parts, and now completion with the part is at 58 pounds. So 58 pounds is sitting on top of this, and by the way, I should say the product, Memorex Modern 3-piece corner L desk. And it is sitting on the glass. It's actually sitting along, let me see if I can slide by there. It's sitting between those two toward the edge, and I have my two monitors up front of me. I have a third monitor. Unfortunately, third monitor is not supported, and this is the 3 monitors, even though I have 2 graphics cards, which, anybody out there is like, oh, so you built your PC, what graphics card do you got in there? Oh, sorry, wrong thing. There it is. I have a graphics card that I got out of my old system, and the reason for that is, well, it was still viable, so I was like, you know what, let me go get another one, too, for this other PC build, and I bought it for about $70. Was not bad for a used one. So this is the FX 900D 570, 550 series for 1 gig DDR5 PCI graphics card, and for 1 gig it was running pretty well. Small games, screw small games. Actually, it ran what was it? It just ran Gary's mod in a duel, and it was having overheat issues. But I mean, it ran Gary's mod perfectly until I set a dragon in there, and then I had constant NPCs coming out trying to fight the dragon, and that was a bad idea because the dragon still kills you in Gary mod. That's part of the thing they should tell you. Dragon kills you. No matter what. Anyway, so that's rambling. So that's the graphics card that's in this new PC on a motherboard. I did not use the original motherboard from the other system. Thought about doing it, decided not to. Got a newer motherboard, which is actually the Asus Rampage V Extreme. This is extended, and this is X99 motherboard. The LG 2011 V3 socket chip, which DDR4. I have not managed to get any DDR4. I'm actually in 32 gigs of DDR4 in this thing from Corsair. It's funny enough that Corsair was cheap enough to buy twice in the same product. Well, actually 3 times, because the CPU cooler is a Corsair liquid cooler, and we won't get into that right now. But the Intel chip at 3.3 hertz has been pretty good. I haven't really overclocked it as much because I think I need to get some better gel on the CPU cooler. And maybe or not, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about it. So, what have I done that constitutes creativity? Well, I built the damn thing, didn't I? If that didn't constitute creativity, anybody can build a PC, man. I don't know what else constitutes creativity, guys. Besides, a few things. Like, I recently went rafting for the first time out here in Waco. Well, not in Waco. I went up to Belton, Lake Belton, because some of the boat ramps were still open near some of the flood zones. And man, was that awesome. Except for I will never use the wooden oar that I had ever again, because the other oars that had the dual sides for kayaking, if you've ever seen those extreme kayakers with the dual sides, there's a reason for the dual sides, man. Because otherwise it sucks a lot when you have a shitty, really, really shitty pole that you're using, or oar. And the single oar would work for really, really calm water, or someone with a really, really good experience. I did not have good experience, so the double oar was working a lot better for the people who didn't have experience that were with me. So that says something about that. Well, and besides the creativity side, I've actually got my whole table set up. I moved off this shitty little desk that you see behind me that was very, very space limiting. And when I moved over here, I had my 24 USB hub finally plugged in. I've got my media reader hugged in, ready for my actual projects to start for my Raspberry Pi, which is Pi Pi build. And that's something that's going to happen soon, especially since I met somebody very nice up at my workplace. A very nice gentleman, Dr. Kemp, or I should say his full name. But Dr. Kemp is the nice gentleman that I met up at my retail store, and I was very helpful, very informative, and we discussed things, and it became a very good discussion between the two of us. And the end result, he was like, you know what, I used to do a lot of this electrical engineering into planes, and he did a lot into planes. Very interesting work. I don't doubt it. And it's something he could share, I'm sure, and then somebody could not. But anyway, so he went up to TSCC at one time, and I'm sure he was also teaching. But while he was there, they gave him a Raspberry Pi. So Raspberry Pi has been around for a long while. And Raspberry Pi, he kept it and got a few accessories with it and made it work a little bit better. And I keep saying, guys, I have ADD. ADD and dyslexia. We're gonna go with that happens. So the gentleman decided that he didn't need any more. He's retired, or he's semi-retired. It's hard for people to retire after they've enjoyed what they've done, and I understand it. awesome guy. He decided that he did not need the Raspberry Pi, and he was like, you know what, you want it? I went, yeah. So I have a Raspberry Pi now. I have one of the models that, I say Raspberry Pi Original. I'm looking to get the Raspberry Pi 2 to build further into my project. Oh God, this thing really does not want to do. There we go. It's kind of holding. So this is the Raspberry Pi in a plastic casing. Oh my God, I'm afraid I don't want to break this plastic casing. Let me get actually on big mode, and let me see if I can't remember how to do it. I think that's 3. Oh, look at that, that's 3. That is 3. Alright, so this is the Raspberry Pi, guys. You can see it's a very minimalistic board. It is got a SD card is its actual memory slot. For this one, it's 4 gigs. He showed me how to get it to run, gave me the password to actually run it. Just impressed. He gave me my other monitor, which is a 22-inch monitor. It's sitting over here. I have to see if I can fix it because it has some issues, but hey, free, no one complains, especially not me. Why? Because that'd be stupid to complain against somebody that was so nice, very nice older gentleman that it was awesome. It's very impressive, and he admitted, you know, dude, you're about to, you know, spend hours on yourself, alone by yourself, and I'm like, yeah, the reason I'm going to do that is because, why the hell not? I'm enjoying the crap out of this. There we go. So it's got this little casing here. I'm going to actually explore and play around with this Pi, and I'll keep this as a very basic Raspberry Pi. He gave me some attachment pieces, which includes a low-powered USB hub and that's a USB internet hub. So it does have a Ethernet port on it, which you could use directly into the internet. The Raspberry Pi 2 does not have a wireless card directly plugged into it, so I'm still going to have to use a wireless hub, source in some way. And anyway, with this hub, because it's low powered, I can use both a miniature keyboard, which he gave me. By the way, this is awesome. This guy gave me everything. So this little keyboard that's very smaller than my actual keyboard I'm using in front of me, and then a simple mouse, cookie, and that'll be sitting over here on my table side when I actually have the time to get a hold of that project. It might be next Tuesday that we will start playing around with that, and I'm going to have to film the screen directly, and hopefully I'm using this other screen, which has a dual connection for DVI, so that was very impressive to think about. Hey, maybe I could just use this for DVI to run everything, and it looked, you know, very possible. I was very happy about that. I mean, I can do a lot creatively. Right off the bat, he was like, you know, you can make that into a server, or you can make it into a router. Oh yeah, I've heard about it, and now I get to actually do it, and I appreciate it from him. He was a very awesome gentleman in Waco, Texas. So again, Waco, Texas has hidden great goals, places, people. So he gave me that. He also gave me a older laptop that had USB 1, and I'll work on that. I'm actually going to open it up and see if I can't look at the hard drive and see if it's an older hard drive or if it's a newer hard drive with connections. If it's a newer hard drive with connections, then I'll be able to, you know, run, you know, newer hard drive into it, and I'll probably make it into Windows 7, even though it's Windows XP. And what I really want to do with it is I'm going to turn it into my Linux laptop, which I don't know what form of Linux will be in there. I still have intention to turn this one into a Linux PC, and the only reason I haven't done that yet is because, well, it does take a little while, guys, to actually get some good knowledge on what I'm doing, and I don't just want to do it and be like, looky, haha, oh shit, I messed it up, you know? So you have to give me some credit. I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm doing right, and I want to learn about it, because to me, Linux was learning it so you can create for yourself, and I do want to do that. Not that I do not want to do that. I mean, otherwise. And the reason I really want to do that is because I feel I can accomplish more with the more I learn, and there's no reason to not learn more as it goes along. This PC was a great example of small knowledge over years, and it felt great to finally accomplish this. I've actually accomplished a lot more as I go along because I've been trying to make it more stable, at the same time make it more able, because 32 gigs, it shouldn't run anywhere near over the top on the 32 gigs, especially in the gaming form. Like 8 is a recommendation. 16 is like a little bit overblown, but screw it, you can sit there at that. I went 32. You know why I went 32? Because of the programming scale. So programming scale, a lot on Windows, high-end programming for video editing and otherwise, that's kind of what I look at it as, and a lot of potential into making it more of a workout horse than an actual play-around device. It's turned into more of a play-around device for brief times when I actually have time to mess around with it. But I mean, it has a lot of potential, a great lot of potential, and I appreciate that it does, because it's amazing to think like that. I've never really thought so much more around me has potential, and I've created this one. So that's creative side. That's why I'm here in the creative side today. So, what have I done really on the creative side? Let's see. Get F1. Oops. That didn't work. That did work. It just didn't go to the right way. Went to the help menu, which we don't need right now, guys. Okay, so this is actually Corsair's Link system, which I can control the fan's reaction to certain heat levels and the pump's levels to heat levels. The only problem is some of the Link program understanding for its actual control fights against the internal system or the motherboard's OS structure for the same controls on the, what would you call it? Basically, you've seen a lot of these actual core temperatures. There's a lot of temperature gauges on the motherboard, and there's the external temperature gauges that I spread the wires for that are in the system as well, and I get feedback from that, but I don't get feedback in this anymore. The reason being, I think, because my actual motherboard's OS is kind of fighting against it. It does not do auto start anymore, which has been a pain in the ass. But with some controls, I've been able to do a lot more with it and everything else. Like right now, you're seeing the alert down there, the flashing red. That is the 64. That's my actual graphics card. It only lists one, which is very unfortunate because there's two in this system, and the sensor is still on. It's just not, on or showing itself off. Now earlier I got that all the way up to 89 and was flushing back down to 90 all the way back down to 85. So I was lucky, and that was on Gary's mod, which for anybody knows, the real reason Gary mod run anybody's computer with a little bit of pressure is because Gary's mod is some unholy shit you can do with it. And I was just screwing around making armies or Autobot army and the dragon finally made it fidget, and it was like, oh god, look at this, oh god, oh god, oh god. And there became too many NPCs in the field, and so the computer started flipping the hell out. So with that said, I reversed that, and boom, it went back down to this 65 right here. If you look at my card, it does read that it handles well 90 degrees. Is it ever going to be at that constantly? No. I will run a lot. I want to put another fan in here. I might actually buy Corsair's Link fan set and link up the bottom fans directly into the programming in here. And that'll just be the bottom fans. There's 4 bottom fans. It's going to be 5. If I link this up to the programming like this programming right here, that'll mean a lot more better. A lot more better. That sounds so wonderful. A lot more potential for the system to be a lot more capable. And to me, capability means that I'll be able to control the inflow of air, all be a PMW fan instead of DC powered controlled fans. I want to replace, let me use this mouse. So there's these fans right here. This is fairly accurate on case size because this is Corsair. I guess they represented the 900D in their case thing for this Link. But anyway, there's actually 3 fans right here, and the 3 fans are the ones that came with the case, and I want to replace those with some more powerful fans, and I am looking at several different type of fans for that. I've even considered replacing the fans that came with my cooler and keeping my id fans on there, because I have some id fans for which, by the way, id just built a new liquid cooler, and I was like, holy crap, I bought into id fans before they started getting big again. Thank God. Yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, so I want to add another id fan, but I'm thinking also I want to buy some Noctias for my front to replace the front 3 to pull air in and put that on a Link. No, I want to put the one on the bottom, one's on the bottom on the Link, so I can ensure the air amount, comes in that way, and put the other one on the motherboard and see how the control board works for that, or see if I can't fluctuate on that. I'm still looking at getting the M.2 board at 512 gigs, and that's my new obsession, by the way. I have a 512 gigs micro SD card in my, you can see it right over here, NVIDIA Shield. That's my only NVIDIA product, pretty much close to computing, really, other than, no, never mind, my Xbox 360 remote hooked up to this, and my freaking keyboard or NVIDIA devicing. But I'm not buying a NVIDIA graphics card. Everyone's like, oh, they cool down. I'm like, so they get left behind really fucking quick. No, lifetime warranty for me makes me feel really comfy because I really don't have to throw it away. Anyway, so yeah, that's one creative side of things. Oh, I've managed to improve my score. Let's bring that up. And when I say score, sort of besides awesome device that it is, let's see if we can't bring this up. And we'll show future test results. Ah, there we go. What do you mean no results? Load. Vault save. Open. There she is. So I managed to, this is 3D benchmark, and this is a big thing for Linus Tech Tips. I've seen, let's see, Tech Syndicate use this as well, so I took it as, maybe I should look into this, and I decided, yeah, I will. It reads the actual 2 different graphics cards, so now it's reading it dual. This low number up here is not a good thing, by the way. That's the score. Let's see if we can get in the graphics scores. Let's give it a detail on what it is. Alright, so what you're looking at is when I run a combined score, 780. And when I actually run combined test, 3.64 FPS per second. And this is for high performance gaming PCs. So you see over here in the corner, it says high performance gaming PCs. Even to be able to get a 5.50 in the graphics test for number 2 impresses me, because this is an older graphics card system, and I mean, this is pretty much a gaming PC with the work PC kind of combined. So when we even go to the scale, let's go down for gaming laptops and mid-range PCs. Let's look at this. So this is the score that really should, what I want it to be as high as possible, because this is, as high as I can get it. And I improved it because last time I got a 20, pretty much dead at, whole. And I improved it because under programming scale, I messed around with the graphics card, the straps for the RAM, mostly the straps for the graphics card. Anyway, so I improved it, so I've got a 338.98 FPS, and that is a big jump from being down to 3, and that shows you what a really basic system should be. So I got 8 threads maxed out. I got 24 threads maxed out, 48 threads maxed out, 96 threads. I only got up to a 50.68. So on 96 threads, which is a mid-range PC, it just barely came under the mass for maxing out for that. I feel pretty damn good, which I believe is 60, if I've looked at all the information right. So FEF hertz-wise, it did really damn good. So let's go down to the basket for basic notebooks and home PCs. Now this is the score. As you see, it's very high. Graphics score. Because this is so low, this is kind of, this is so high, by the way. So graphics text 1, 113.07. Graphics score 2, 107.24. That means I still got to look at something. Because this should be like, oh god, way up there in FPSs. Because this should be very basic, above basic, and for physical tests, it did not do above like it did the combine test for the actual mid gamings. So I feel cheated, very much cheated, but I'll work on it, and I am working on it. It's an ongoing project, guys. It's an ongoing project, never-ending project. I enjoy it because it is a never-ending project. So let's do this one. So Ice Storm, by the way, that was CloudGate before. Ice Storm is for low-cost smartphones and tablets. So let's see how bad I stomp tablets and smartphones. Wow, if you're looking at this on the screen, guys, wow. 1007.68. That's just fucking nuts. And even the physical test shows you it's unimaginable. So I'm way above what tablet capabilities are, guys. Way above, especially my NVIDIA Shield over there. Way above this. And this is going to be a lot of testing that's going to go on for this. This is my testing ability now, and it definitely reads both graphics cards, so it's reading everything in there. It gives me the GUI, which I need to check. Oh, God, I bit my tongue. That's what I need to check on. But yeah, it runs system-wise fucking great. And sorry for cursing. But give it a chance. 3D Mark is not cheap. It is on Steam. So it's available to buy on Steam. And I would recommend buying it because it is worth keeping around. So, hi. Seems to have somebody in the room. There's no timestamp. I thought I had this set up where I had timestamps. I'm actually filming for YouTube. And I'm going to edit some parts out. Oh, there it is. There's settings. Timestamp thing, so I know when the hell that goes through. That'll do. Oh, that was like 2 minutes ago. So, that'll work now. So yeah, that's pretty much the video for that. I usually end them out pretty suddenly, so it's not a big surprise to me that I did that. Just because it is my instinct to just go, oh, look, a person.